up, everybody? Welcome to Dustin's Vinyl. The bad sounds of Anthony Kapfer. Oh, shit. Get in that groove, baby. Woo. Yeah. Nice, brother. Nice. And you're getting funky, bro.
I'm just feeling it.
I think it's Black History Month. It's rubbing off on you.
Somehow I have soul. I don't know how it happened.
It's just in you, baby. You get that soul, that funk soul, man. It's good stuff. I just love that kind of stuff, man. I've been hanging out here in Nashville, and I hadn't been able to see live music yet, but it's great. You could walk down the street in Nashville and on a Monday at noon, and there's still bands that start. I mean, they must have started at 11 o'clock, and they're just playing all the way down the street.
That's crazy. Because I have seen it at night, but I didn't know that you could walk down at noon and it's the same thing. That's cool.
I mean, I'm sure it's it's like day camp shows for us. We do summer camp shows. I don't know. It's they're doing nooners.
That's cool.
Musicers. And then I was in New Orleans, and I didn't get to see music there either, which is really disappointing. But I did hear it though. It's everywhere. There's jazz. Yeah. There's guys on the sidewalk that are playing, amazing trumpet and stuff. Sometimes it's a little much. There'll be a guy that's like playing a trumpet. You're waiting in line to get a vignette or something, and there's a guy with a trumpet like right next to your face. And I always say, it's like horns are kind of are amazing instrument from afar.
And once the person is already great at it, can you imagine living with having a roommate or a kid or something who played horn?
I had a roommate in college. I went to Parsons, and Parsons has a jazz program, and he was a saxophone player, and I don't know how he got in the program, and I really don't. I don't guess he had to be that good. I guess there's only like 6 people going to this expensive school playing, whose parents are sending their kid to play saxophone at college,
Yeah.
And so, he would play, and it was like, I still cringe a little when I hear the saxophone. Yeah. He would play, and it was a small space, and he would just start playing as loud as he, I said, you can't play it soft, it's a saxophone.
No. And this is a dorm room you're talking about?
Dorm room. It's a small dorm room, like New York dorm room, not Boise State, like a New York dorm room.
It's even smaller than a studio apartment.
Yeah, way smaller. It was on 8th Street. So it was like this little place, and it was like, it just drove me crazy. It took a long time for me to get back into jazz. Like
that'll do it.
I was anti-jazz forever. And I still even Coltrane, the greatest of the greats, it's like a sax. I can only do a saxophone for so long before I start getting a flashback and, post-traumatic. I can't take it.
I think you said something about that on one of the episodes recently about not liking saxophone that much.
Yeah, I think it did. Yeah.
And I was surprised by that because I didn't know about this roommate thing.
It was between that experience and Kenny G. You know what I mean? The two experiences that.
Did he play saxophone? I thought it was like
a saxophone.
It was like a flute or
it was like a long saxophone. Like there's saxophones. There's different ones. There's the big, J.
It's like, and then there's alto and
I think there's like 4 versions of them.
Oh,
we'll find out. We'll get to the bottom of this.
I thought it was like a clarinet or something.
No, that's Woody Allen. He plays the clarinet.
A little bit different.
And marries his daughter. But anyway. A lot of controversy going on out there, man. Well, maybe we'll get into a little bit of that today. But I feel Joe Rogan is like every week there's something different that happens that he has to deal with. You had enough? Well, I say let's say some crazy shit on this podcast today so we can get some clicks. I think we should get some controversy. That's how it works.
Yeah, apparently. Then Spotify will give us $100 million.
They will. $100 million to just have nonsense to say, but I guess that's the way to go. All right, everybody. This is we're gonna bring in everybody today a little bit early because I feel like we're this is not a live show, so you're gonna be wondering why we can't interact with you, but it's still gonna be the best show on ComedyHub because I've seen all the shows. All right, we're top 3 for sure. Anthony shows up there, but we're in there. Ladies and gentlemen, bring in co-hosts, very good friends of mine, and just, music experts, if you will. Give it up for Jeffrey, Paul, Adam Holtz, everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Listen to that, huh?
Anthony's
getting funky, right? He's getting funky.
Funkier.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I got the
do.
funk now.
You're
Funky,
good, man.
Jeff. You're funky.
I am funky.
Melly funky.
I like that response. I am funky.
I'm funky. I'm funky. Damn it! I'm funky.
Yeah. Let's define funk. Whatever it is, I admit.
After the gym, huh? You funky.
After the gym, very funky. Even before the gym.
I haven't gone to the gym, and I'm funky right now.
Yeah, getting old sucks. It really does. It's just horrible.
Anthony,
right?
what are you wearing? A classy, trashy magazine T-shirt?
Yeah, I grabbed it out of the hamper.
So where did you get that shirt, Anthony?
I got it during Dustin's Zoom album recording. I won it. It was a trivia question about you, I think.
Yes.
It was all Dustin trivia.
Most narcissistic way to do a
Do you
giveaway.
remember the question?
There were a bunch of questions, and I knew most of them just because we hang out.
Was it the cowboy hat one? Because that went through everybody. Nobody realized how many cowboy hats I had.
I don't think I even knew how many you had. I think I underestimated.
Yeah.
What was it, like 250 or something?
No, it was like 100. It was like no, it wasn't that much. It was like 116 or something.
Oh, okay. I think I probably was like 50. That seemed like a lot of hats.
Yeah. And I gave most of them away, you know.
You gave them away when you moved, right?
Yeah, I sold a bunch, and which was fun. And then Salvation Army in Astoria, Queens. It's just it basically looks like the dressing room of the American Country Music Awards. Like it's just just racks of cowboy hats and all those embroidered Western shirts and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did they give you the expensive hats? I don't know. Was the Salvation Army like giving you anything worthwhile for that?
No, man, I didn't care. It's like, I don't get that attached to stuff. You know,
You don't want to drag that stuff cross country.
I love clothes. And yeah, it's really because when you move, it's like you're very limited to what you can take. And it's like, but I mean, it is hilarious though. I got rid of all these clothes that I may or may not have worn again. But at the same time, we brought VHSs, you know what I mean, that we don't watch. But I made sure all the Ghostbusters made it, You
got to bring the Ghostbusters on VHS.
Yeah, I wonder how you would be able to find that. Like if there was like something like a streaming service and when you ever wanted to watch Ghostbusters.
Well, first of all, much like how vinyl is popular, because people love the sound quality of vinyl, there is something that I enjoy about a VHS quality. Obviously, it's not 4K, it's not HD, it's not like that, but it's something about like Aliens, for example. I love on a wobbly VHS recording. For some reason, it's creepier because it's kind of fuzzy and I don't know. It just, for some reason, I prefer it over high quality.
Is it nostalgic for you?
It's definitely nostalgic because I feel that's the way it looked when I saw it. Yeah. So, because sometimes you see stuff, you ever see something and it's like an HD and you never saw it in HD and you're like, whoa, and it just looks too intense. Like it just doesn't look right sometimes. Yeah. It's like the quality. I don't know.
I think that was an adjustment, like, let's say a TV, like The Simpsons, when TV went HD, The Simpsons looked weird for a while because they had to get used to how crisp all that stuff was.
You don't want it to be perfect sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reason why people love, 35 millimeter film and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the reason people love that because it looks grainy. I mean, all the Tarantino stuff usually is kind of filmed that way, but it's like, I don't know. I like a little bit of grain. I don't need it to be perfect. I think sound should be perfect sometimes, but I don't know.
VHS was known for its high fidelity sound.
Right. Well, that's what speakers are for. What's wrong with you guys?
No, I
got good speakers. I got a setup. It goes through my speakers, so it sounds fine to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't. It's like.
When Star Wars. I was just gonna say when Star Wars came out on VHS, the THX sound was one of the selling points of it.
Yes, they put the sound on there. I have that. It sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
It's
just when it gets worn out, the sound it gets all warbly.
whatever. So do records, man. Records lose their groove after a while. Yeah. It's like it doesn't sound the way it did. You know,
Crackles,
that's what's kind of cool about new releases, because you can, you know, they're not as worn out. But a lot of stuff I buy is, you know, already, you know, used and stuff. So a lot of times it's like I got about a Rolling Stones thing, and it's like, I mean, it sounds like I'm in a tin can in the 1920s. But you know, it's still, but that's part of it. I like the crackle too. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. When I listen to all that like really old blues stuff, I like that it's still, you know, that they can't really fix it to some extent. I like it. It makes it sound creepier, and it's part of the.
Sometimes it's like, you know, it sounds like that, and you're like, oh, I just need to clean my needle.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You're like, oh, this sounds great. I just
like to throw a bunch of dust on my turntable.
a lot of the older stuff is like now second, third, even fourth generation, because the masters used to be recorded over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But so you know, so that's why I got rid of all my hats. I wanted to bring Steve, and it's funny. I went and bought a DVD VHS combo unit, and that thing is like, it's really funny. It works pretty well, but it has a line on it's like a green line on the side of it. So it's like it's just so funny. It's like, but whatever. It is the charm of the whole thing. Yeah. But I remember when VHSs first came out, and we had a VCR. We rented a VCR and watched the movies. I don't know if we talked about that, but that was like a big deal. So you could rent a VCR for the weekend.
Do you remember when VCRs were like top loaded?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, this one, all of them were in the beginning, I think.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Then they got fancy with the side,
the front,
the front, yeah. Very cool. All right, so maybe we'll do a spin-off show called VHS.
I got a ton of VHS tapes too, just right past this camera here.
Do you? Nice. Yeah. We'll do that. Well, maybe we'll do it. You know, I wanted to broaden the show a little bit. Maybe we'll do some like movie stuff. We'll take a little further. Very cool. So today we're going to do random pool, which is I'm not here. Obviously, I'm not in my studio. I'm still on tour with Nate, and so we're going to do. Adam Holtz is going to do it in honor of Black History Month. He's going to do a random pool for us. And what do you got, buddy?
All right, let me just reach back here.
Out of reach.
Reach back here to my planned spot. Yes.
Could be anything.
No looking.
All right. It's an interesting one. So up top, you're talking about saxophone and horns, and we got the big man, Clarence Clemens.
Nice.
Hero. Oh, that's a good album.
Yeah. Clarence Clemens.
Does that have your friend of mine on it, right?
Yeah, with Jackson Brown.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a big hit single off that.
He played with Springsteen, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
East Street Band.
An integral member of the East Street Band.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's recorded. That should be on Columbia.
Yeah, that's
Columbia.
Yeah.
What was the
1985?
What's the hit? What's the hit song on that?
You're a friend of mine.
You're a friend of mine. All right. Yeah, I kind of remember that one. It was.
I do not know this one.
You do? You know that one?
No, I have no idea.
No. You do? You know who he is?
No, I don't even think I've heard his name.
He's the black saxophone player. And
I think I was working at the label when this came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That album cover looks familiar, but I don't know. I never heard it.
You were like 6 years old, dude. It's fine.
Wait, what? 85? It came out.
85.
I was 1.
All right. Well, at least I said you were 6. I was in the ballpark. You have to make us all feel older than we want to feel. Look at Jeff. He's wearing a brace. Getting older. I saw like a mark on my head, and I'm like, I'm dying. That's what happens when you get older, Anthony. It'll happen. Black History Month. Do you have any more? Come on, you got it.
Let's see.
What else you got there?
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Adam. I say that. You don't say that, Anthony.
Oh, I can't. I didn't realize I couldn't
Shut
say
up. I'm kidding.
All right.
You say it, and I'll
you're
just
like
say,
the guy that kicks the guy when he's down. Yeah, you're like, I'll punch him. I'll kick him. All right, go ahead.
All right, we're gonna go with some smooth R&B. This is a guilty pleasure album. It is Peabo Bryson, Straight from the Heart.
How does that go? Sing it for me a little.
Complete silence after he introduces it.
Again, this one
Straight from the heart. What I don't. It sounds
the big one is "If Ever You're in My Arms Again."
It's a good song.
Yeah,
of course, Jeff loves that song.
I
don't remember that.
He was smooth.
He looks smooth. That's cool. All right.
Yeah, this is 84.
Nice. So you got anything good over there or what?
All right, let's see.
You got to at least have New Edition.
I like New Edition.
All right. This is for my collection. Those were for my dad's collection. This is so we're going to the 2000s. This is about 2008. This is TV on the radio, Dear Science.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Now this is
TV on the radio, I know.
Yeah. This is probably one of my favorite albums from the 2000s, and they're a Brooklyn-based band. You guys know them, right?
I saw them on Austin City Limits. I think that's where I was introduced because I watch, quality television.
Yeah. What's on that? What songs are on that one? And that's
so. This was the big one on this was Golden Age on here. They had Halfway Home, Crying. They have DLZ, which if you guys are Breaking Bad fans, that was in season 2 of it.
Oh, nice.
Shout Me Out, Love Dog. This is so this album came out. It was right at the end of the Bush administration and like right at the beginning of Obama. So it was kind of encapsulated the Bush years, and they it was a bit of a prog rock on this. It's there's some good dancing songs on here. It's some great rock, great alternative rock and indie rock.
Yeah, I have any. You like that album?
Yeah.
This
So this was right after Return of the Cookie Mountain, and this and Return of the Cookie Mountain are probably their 2 best. I recommend this. I think they just did an anniversary for this too, right before. I think it was right. It must have been 2019. They did a tour for this, like a 10th anniversary tour.
Oh, 10 years.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of under the radar. I guess 10 years is enough. I don't know. That's kind of a short time to do an anniversary.
You think?
Yeah. It should be 25.
Oh, 25. Huh.
Yeah.
But this is
20 years. Come on, man. 10 years. That's not an anniversary. 10 years. Anthony, you've been doing comedy longer than that. How's that an anniversary? Yeah. Like that's not.
I know that. I didn't even celebrate.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't go, 10 years. Woo. Yeah. 10 years. Yeah.
But there's some great kind of apocalyptic and angry songs on here that you can dance to. So that's always good.
That's what we like. We like angry songs you can dance to.
Yep.
Very cool. All right. So, last month was country month. We all tried to kind of pick our favorite country albums that we liked and just different sounds. And we had a fun time with that and realized that Anthony needs to maybe evolve a little bit into liking some of the people we like. Still getting over the Dwight Yoakam thing. It's still,
you were heartbroken.
Usually play, we mess with Jeff and stuff. And then this time it was like, I was on board with Jeff. So we were kind of as me and Jeff against Anthony on that one. But what
usually
I like about,
it's one or the other. But
yeah, usually it keeps the show going. But once in a while, I feel like somebody does something in a different genre of music that kind of it definitely makes it evolve and definitely brings something to the genre that needs to be there. And a lot of times it's something that's kind of a throwback, or it's someone who is experimental and things like that. And so discovering Sturgill Simpson was a big, exciting thing for me because I love country music. I love Johnny Cash. I love Waylon Jennings. I love all that stuff. But sometimes it's like, I feel like I've gone through that catalog. So it's nice when somebody's like, bringing that sound, and adding something to it, which is difficult because they kind of nailed it on a lot of ways. But then it's like, somebody, like Sturgill, who was, kind of taking all the old stuff and blending it with some other sounds that not necessarily are country. It's a little bit of rock. It's a little bit of punk. It's a little experimental stuff. So Sturgill Simpson, Metamodern Sounds and Country Music. This is a second album. Started by Dave Cobb, producer who actually produced Highwaymen, Chris Stapleton, and listen to this, Jeff, Rival Sons, which I had no idea.
Band.
Yeah, I did not know that he worked with the Rival Sons, which we like, and that's another band that Anthony should have liked more. But
but you know what though, I feel like I should like Led Zeppelin more than I like Led Zeppelin, so it makes sense that's
all right. That's what this show is. This show is an intervention. So, this is kind of the title of the album is kind of a play off Ray Charles's album, which I actually own. The Ray Charles's Classic Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music, which is a really cool album if you get a chance. Ray Charles does all country music, and that it's great. This album is fantastic. I bought it on vinyl. I know Adam bought it on vinyl as well. You want to show that there? Look at that. This is a great purchase. I love this album from top to bottom. I think it's got a lot of cool songs. The first song, Turtles All the Way Down, opening track, is very cool. It's much like the Johnny Cash song, The Man Comes Around, kind of has that weird intro, biblical kind of sound introduction thing and radio sound thing or whatever. And just some of the lyrics in that song, which is, usually don't hear anything this heavy in a country music song. But I've seen Jesus play with flames, met the devil in Seattle, met Buddha yet another time. Don't waste your time on nursery rhymes and fairy tales of blood and wine. Marijuana, LSD, DMT, they all change the way I see. Like, that's just, that's a guy having a good time with his music. He's drawing in from his demons, and he's just like making this kind of colorful, cool, kind of goth, weird thing going on. And so every song in this has its own identity. It's a lot of fun, but at the same time, it sounds very Waylon Jennings. It has like a nice rooted country sound. Like it's not like Shooter Jennings and some of these other guys, they take country and they do some kind of wild stuff with it. But it still stays on track to country. I think Dave Cobb said that Sturgill Simpson is basically country for people who don't like country. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it is pure country in the way that his voice, kind of resonates, that kind of honky tonk, feel and everything. But a lot of great songs on this album. Long White Line is cool. He does some distorted stuff with the guitar and some pedal work and, kind of spacey sound, which you don't ever really hear anything like that. Maybe Shooter, but Living the Dream, I love, is a country song. And there's two covers on this. Let's see here. There was Long White Line, which is a kind of a trucking song. And then When in Rome's 1988 dance hit, The Promise, which was a big hit when I was a kid. It was like a huge kind of dance radio favorite. And what he does with this song is, we talk a lot about covers on this show and how we have like top covers and stuff. To me, this is one of my favorite covers of a song because I feel a true kind of, when you cover, a song, I feel like what makes it good is when it becomes your own and it will become something different than the other song. Cause I always hate it when I hear a cover and it just kind of sounds like a faster version of the other cover or something. But the feelings in this of him singing the way he's singing this dance song, it changes the whole kind of feeling of it, and it's a very haunting. Makes you think of every ex-girlfriend you ever had and all that stuff. And it's just a really, really great song. And the whole album, from top to bottom, like I said, is really good. And I'll get some feedback from you guys on your favorite songs, but I can't stop listening to this. The Promise. Like I'll try to listen to the other songs, and they're all great. but I'm always like, let me just hear that one more time. And so I'm always playing it on a loop, you know. But yeah, I love Sturgill Simpson. He's very punk rock. He has an interesting story. He's done a lot of crazy stuff. Like when he won the Grammys for best country music singer or whatever. But he wasn't recognized that year when he won by the American Country Music Awards. And so in protest, the night of the Country Music Awards, he stood in front. Meanwhile, this guy's got a freaking Grammy, for the best country singer. And he's in front of the American Music Awards with his guitar case, open up, with change in it. And he's like playing his album and basically just kind of mocking the whole thing. He just played like he's a street musician in front. Meanwhile, all these Luke Bryant, all these people are walking through, in their tuxedos and shit and their bolo ties. And he's like playing music right there. And to me, that's just so freaking cool. And so that's the kind of artist he is, and then of course the next year, they're all over him and he's the biggest thing in Nashville. But, just kind of a cool thing that he did that. And is also his early work. He produced himself and kind of like you, Anthony, kind of put it out there and put it together. And then somebody found it and kind of made it, what it was. And I think he's great. I saw him live. I saw him with the Outlaw Music Festival with Willie Nelson. And
cool.
He did a kind of a punk set. It was all kind of a plugged in guitar. He was by himself. And, he was great. He was just him and a guitar. I didn't think he had a drummer. And he was just like going off. It was really cool. So, yeah, I really like Sturgill. I think he's changing music. And his later work is great as well. He's kind of doing some other stuff with kind of experimental with some kind of Spanish sounds and all kinds of stuff. So he's really cool. He's always taking a risk. Kind of like a Linda Ronstadt. He's kind of always doing different genres. But Sturgill Simpson. So get this album and you'll be happy you did. And Metamodern Sounds in Country Music. That's it. All right, cool. So Jeff, what did you think of this album?
I loved it. Really, Anthony, this is a country album, not that fucking Bobby Bear Jr. Okay. And that's what I was thinking.
That was a good album. It was good.
Okay.
No, it wasn't like this.
No,
it wasn't like this.
You know what, though? I think that there were some similarities. You're talking about adding a kind of...
Here's the thing. They were both albums, and that's where the similarities end.
Come on. I like Bobby.
They both did a sort of modern, almost kind of rock and roll take.
I listened to this album, and I hated you more after listening to it, Anthony. Okay. No, I the first song gets you right. Turtles All the Way Down gets you. Living the Dream changes up the tempo of the album. And then I didn't even expect, I saw The Promise, but I didn't think it was like, this has to be a different song. And then you're listening to the lyrics, and I love that song by in the original version by When in Rome. It's one of my wife's favorite. And when I heard this, and you're right, this was one, I played it and then I was like, let me go back and let me hear it again. And every now and then I go back. Yeah, that was really, really good. It Ain't All Flowers is another good one I enjoyed.
It's a good one.
Those were the ones that stuck out to me. But to me, I think you kind of nailed it up front when you mentioned Johnny Cash. This would be like if Johnny Cash had a son, or you could see if someone was really influenced by Johnny Cash. I could hear it, but he's not doing Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, nobody can.
But that's what I liked about it. This, I'm going to have to say, is, on doing this show, we get turned on to all different type of music. This all kidding
Except
around.
For mine.
Anthony, I like that album. I thought it was good. I thought
it was the worst thing I've ever heard.
You're fine.
Okay.
I did not expect Jeff to hate it as much as he did.
I hate it as much as I hate your taste in music. But
he has good taste. Come on.
Stop. Okay.
Oddly enough, we agreed on the Foo Fighters,
Dustin.
which is...
We don't have to all okay. But I think this album, this artist is someone who I'm going to keep exploring. Mm-hmm. This is, I mean, when you do this type of show and you get turned on to it, because I may not have ever found a guy like this without listening to this. Because you don't hear him because you hear like the Luke Bryan. He's not the pretty boy guy, but his music is.
I thought he was quite handsome.
Really
great.
Well, solid and
substance. I mean that's great, Jeff. And you turn me on to the Struts. So it's like, I love the Struts, and it's like, but yeah, it's great that you're able to kind of discover music through the show. You know, even Anthony's music. we like Anthony's music.
Yeah, that way I know what not to listen to. That's right.
Stop it. Jeff's going in hard today. What'd you
Really
do to
hard.
Jeff, Anthony?
I don't know.
did you rip a Pat Benatar picture online or something? What'd you do?
Yeah, like Sinead O'Connor tearing up the Pope.
No, but I see the similarities in the Bobby Bear. Was it Bear Jr.?
You don't.
Yeah, Bobby Bear Jr.
I see some similarities. It's similarities in the sense they both kind of came through the same scene. They're both kind of in Nashville. They both kind of wanted to create a little different sound. I'm not saying it's the exact same thing. Sturgill obviously is, special and whatever. I mean, that's why I chose the album. But I feel like, but that guy had, something different. Somebody that, if you could take country and make it a little groovier, a little funkier, I think it's, not the worst thing in the world. So, but this guy's voice is great. So
his voice is really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? When I was listening to it, I was like, okay, it reminds me of a little bit of Johnny Cash, but then I was trying to think who else. And then when you mentioned William Jennings, it kind of hit me right as you were saying that.
Yeah, it's but he takes kind of all the highwaymen and all the good parts of the country, and then kind of takes it somewhere else, which is great. I mean, that's kind of what music should be. I think when it's good, you take a little bit from the past, and then you can like take like a Bruno Mars. He takes a little bit of Michael and different people, and then has his own groove.
A little bit's being generous, but yeah,
you know what I mean. Though it takes a lot of Michael.
Hey, if you're gonna be somebody, be Michael, man. He was to me the greatest entertainer would have lived.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna be an Elvis guy till the day I die. But yeah, he was up there. All right, let's go. I feel Anthony needs some rebuttal on this poor thing. Just Anthony, it's your turn. And first, I like your albums, and I like everybody's albums on here. That's good. Even the cheesy Pat Benatar albums. We love all of music here.
Good albums.
I liked this. On the first. What's the first? Turtles all the way down. When once he mentioned the devil, I was like, I'm in. Okay, this is gonna be the kind of country that I'm into. I'm in. And I liked it. I think it wasn't sometimes with these kinds of artists, there's too much honky tonk. I think that's what I don't care for in country, too much of it.
I wondered even if his voice was going to be too honky tonk for you.
Sometimes it was on the brink, but I think that I think overall he kept it in check.
Okay, that's so funny.
That was okay for me.
I thought that because to me this is what 70s countries was for me, like kind of this old sound, and so I grew up around all this. Like this is what basically Sturgill is me. Like he's like I. Relate to what he is and what his music is, because
I could see that. Yeah,
I'm a little country, but I'm also rock. I'm also punk, whatever. Like I'm everything, I'm a mix of everything.
You're right. This did have a little bit of a 70s flavor to it, because this is something that I think if I played it for my father tonight, he would enjoy it. And he was the one that turned me onto Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I think this is definitely. I think it's like, and just like the Struts, similar in a way, because I saw them in concert live. They were phenomenal. One of the best shows that I've ever seen. And what was great was it was a mix of young people, very young, and then a lot of older people because they opened for the Rolling Stones. So I think they got a little bit of those people there, and it was so great to be at a concert where it was like basically tweens and 20-year-olds, and then 70 and 70-year-olds, 65-year-olds. So it was a lot of fun. So I think this is the same kind of thing, because when I saw Sturgill live, same kind of thing, young crowd and old crowd. And when you can do that, I think you're really onto something.
Yeah, because it had a lot of that kind of classic sound that is what I generally gravitate towards with country. And I like that he was bringing some kind of more modern alternative rock kind of just there was what was the one song with there's one song that has there's almost like some backwards kind of track at the end.
I think that's Long White Line, right?
No, it's It Ain't All Flowers.
It Ain't All Flowers.
Yeah, it starts with that backwards
that's
track.
Like the second to last song.
Yeah, that was really cool. I don't expect to hear stuff like that on a country album. I didn't know the the cover. I never heard the original, so I just thought it was one of the songs.
If you heard the original, you would know it was all over FM radio. This is such a different version of this. It's almost like Johnny Cash doing "Hurt."
Yeah, absolutely,
cool. Okay.
Very similar. Yeah,
nice.
How's that feel?
Yeah, for me, it was just another song on the album, which is
good. That's I mean, when a cover can do that, that's great.
Yeah,
Anthony, when this show is over, really listen to "When in Rome's" "The Promise," then go back and play Sturgill, and just like. It is a completely different song except for the lyrics, but the arrangement is different. The tempo is different on it. But like Dustin said, he made it his own.
Yeah.
I didn't check it out. And maybe I know it. I just don't know that I know it.
You might know it. It's been around a while. If you were ever at a wedding, I'm sure you probably heard it.
It was at the end of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. Yep. Napoleon Dynamite. Yep. Which there's no way.
Then I know it.
There's no way you don't own that.
There's no way you weren't in it. There's no way you weren't the inspiration for it.
Man, when that movie came out, people called me Napoleon Dynamite for years. And then when Superbad came out, they called me McLovin. That was who I was during this time. I actually had the same. You know the scene in Napoleon Dynamite where he looks at his watch and they show a close up of the watch? I had that watch. Casio. I had the same exact unintentionally when I watched the movie.
Did you keep tater tots in your pants?
What?
Did you keep tater tots in your pants?
Yeah. Where else are you gonna keep them?
Hey,
Anthony, keep in your pocket.
Anthony, vote for Pedro. Okay.
Well, you know what's funny?
I would have. Well, go ahead.
So people used to call me Napoleon Dynamite, and then in 2019 when I was touring, I was touring some small town or whatever. I still had the mustache, and some car of like young girls drove by, and somebody yelled out, "Vote for Pedro!" And I was like, "Oh shit! I've gone from Napoleon Dynamite to Pedro somehow because I have the mustache."
That's all right. Jeff is the brother that thinks he's still a quarterback.
Uncle Rico?
Oh yeah, Rico
the time machine.
Rico or my Kip. Yeah, that's Uncle Rico.
He's out there living glory days in his backyard.
Oh, so great.
So Adam, talk to us. I know you really enjoyed this album. Talk to us.
Oh yeah, so before this album, I had only heard a little bit of A Sailor's Guide to Earth, and so when you said we were going to do Metamodern Sounds of Country Music, I ran out, bought the vinyl, hadn't listened to it at all.
That's what I like about you.
It took me about, I'd say, probably 2 listen throughs to just be blown away by this album. And like you guys said, The Promise, that was the first track that stood out. I would put that up as one of the probably one of the best covers I've heard, up with Cowboy Junkies, Sweet Jane, and Sonic Youth Superstar.
Great one.
But this is for me, my favorite song on this album though is It Ain't All Flowers. It's basically it reminded me of it's very psychedelic. It's almost like psychedelic outlaw country. That whole backwards riff at the beginning that Anthony was talking about reminded me of Tomorrow Never Knows. And that whole song just kind of shows the direction he's heading towards into A Sailor's Guide to Earth. And this album, kind of like the Nico Case album, is a great gateway into traditional country. And I mean, after listening to this, I went and I put on the Outlaw Country station on XM and also Willie's Place. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. I also I kind of dove into his discography, and Sound and Fury is absolutely incredible. I think that's an album that Jeff's gonna love. His rock and roll album.
Very cool. Yeah, man. Just the fact that he can kind of switch around like that and do country and do rock. But yeah, he's, it's hopeful when you see, people like, because country music sometimes
How old is he, Dustin?
He's got a late 30s, 40s, probably
40, 43.
43. Okay.
Yeah.
Brady's age. So he's got a lot of music left in him for sure. But he's it's just good stuff, man. I think
did you listen to his bluegrass albums, Cutting Grass 1 and 2?
I haven't. I've wanted to buy it actually, but
the interesting thing about that is that he just goes and he reworks all of his songs into bluegrass. So there's these are
songs that were recorded on other albums, and
so if you go to
re-recorded them.
Yeah, if you go to Volume 1, he's got I know he's got, I think, Living the Dream, Long White Line, Life of Sin. I think Voice is also, Just Let Go on there, all redone in bluegrass.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Just, this very talented guy. Very cool. So, so get you Sturgill Simpson and see him live. You get a chance. He's really, really good live. And
when he played live, did he just do his country, or did he
do the rock? He did the rock. Yeah,
Hmm.
He did, I think the Fury thing. Yeah, that's all. But he did Promise, and a couple other. I think he did like probably 4 traditional country ones, but most of it was rock in the beginning. I think he was freaking out everybody because, it's like a country music festival, and he's just blaring the guitar and kicking over the amp and shit. Like, it was really fun. It was
that's cool.
And old people there were like, "What's he? I thought this was country," So everybody's like, not everybody's into it, which I love because that's what it's like you need to break open the genre and stuff.
Yeah.
And just add something to it. So that's what he's doing, and it's fantastic.
I like that. On Sailor's Guide to Earth, he covers In Bloom, and he does it similar to Promise, where he goes in a completely different direction with it, and it's just an incredible cover.
The Nirvana song?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So get you some Sturgill Simpson. This album is, I think, one of the better ones, and it's definitely worth getting. So cool, man. Let's switch it up a little bit before we get into the other album. Let's do Lists with Jeff. Is a new segment we do here on Dustin's Vinyl. Okay. Lists. We got to get a theme music for it. Lists with Jeff.
This list is in honor of Anthony.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Here we go.
No. This is from across the board. Okay, from all different sources, top 25 guitarists.
Okay,
guitar players.
All right.
There are going to be things that are outrageous. Do you want me to go top to bottom or bottom to top?
You're more of a bottom, so.
Okay, so we're
gonna bottom to top seems to.
Okay. So there are some omissions on. Okay.
Right, go to the bottom. You always go bottom first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop yelling at me. Okay. Here we go.
You're picking on Anthony. I got to pick on you.
Okay. So here we go. Number 25 is Joe Satriani.
Okay.
It's interesting he makes the list. This is a guy who I think should have been way up on the list. I think he's a top 10 guitarist. Mark Knopfler, guitarist from Dire Straits. He's probably the best finger picker out there. Yeah. Clean, phenomenal. There's a guy I think a little overrated to be on the list. To be honest with you, Buddy Guy.
Buddy Guy is overrated. You're kidding.
Not 20. Not top 25.
You're kidding. You're totally kidding. Oh, wait. All right, dude. So
not top 25.
What are you talking about? Why would you even say that?
Because I think there are guys who should be on the list that are over him. I mean, he's okay.
He's okay.
Good. Yeah.
You're just trying to start trouble. There's no way you believe that. You're totally trying to start trouble.
I don't know if you should.
I think Eddie Van Halen's overrated. Not much of a guitarist. Like, what are you talking about?
We all know Eddie Van Halen is.
Yeah, and you know what? You know where a lot of these great rock guitarists get their,
I know where they get the
influence.
All
get it from guys like Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
And so Buddy Guy is a great guitarist, and the fact that he can do what he's done for so long, where all these other guys, a lot of them are burned out, he's still playing music. So I think Buddy Guy is one of the greatest, blues guitarists of all time. And you get without blues guitar, there's no rock guitar. So I think he should be top 10 for sure.
Well, he's number 20.
Where's this list? Is this like the Staten Island Review? Like,
this is not the Staten Island Review. This is taken from sources all across the web. So it's taken from Louder. It's taken from Rolling Stone. It's taken from Pitchfork, from all the different sites. And this is a compilation.
Buddy Guy's
so this is like the most comprehensive. Okay. Then coming in with after that would be I guess this would be 21 would be Alex Lifeson. He's the guitarist for Rush.
Oh, okay.
Who's a great guitarist. Here's a guy. These next two, I think, should be a little higher up on the list. I think Tom Morello from Rage.
Mm-hmm.
And how is Randy Rhoads not at the top of, in the top 10?
He died too soon.
Randy Rhoads.
Yeah, probably because he didn't play on enough stuff because he died.
I know, but
Hendrix didn't either, technically, but
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. George Harrison, who is an underrated guitarist.
That's about right. What did they have him as?
Okay, so
20 or something.
25, 26,
That's about right.
Oh, yeah, so he's like in like 19.
19.
Then you're gonna have
if he was
Richie
so
Black.
good, Paul McCartney wouldn't have had to play the guitar solo on Taxman.
I say Buddy Guy over
who played guitar
George
solo in While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
That's Eric Clapton played that solo.
No, it's
Eric Clapton.
Yeah,
Clapton played the solo on Guitar Gently Weeps.
Clapton's higher up on this list.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Richie Blackmore. Wait, what's going on with Anthony?
Just go with it. Nobody cares.
Okay,
right.
Richie Blackmore from Rainbow and Deep Purple is on this list.
Okay.
Pete Townsend from The Who on the list. Tony Iommi, Black Sabbath on this list.
Pete Townsend would have been higher if they hadn't found his computer.
He bought that computer from Gary Glitter.
Okay, so now we get to number 14. And number 14 on the list, Stevie Ray Vaughan, 14.
That
you think it should be higher? Or
I think it should be higher.
Yeah, that seems a little low.
Okay,
he's a guitarist. I mean, Stevie Ray didn't do a lot of it was blues covers. A lot of it was Buddy Guy songs, to be honest with you. And
he covered Hendrix too, but he made he made
it his own. I love Stevie Ray. He's great. I think he should definitely be top 10. All right, keep going.
Number 13, Brian May from Queen.
Okay, yeah.
Really the guy who came up with like the overdubbing.
Sounds about right.
One of my favorites of all time, Duane Allman.
Yes, okay. I'm gonna be. I'm into that.
Okay, Keith Richards.
Keith Richards should be on that list.
Interesting that he's higher than George Harrison.
That he's higher.
I mean, he's higher. Let me tell you,
that he's higher than Stevie Ray Vaughan and Randy Rhoads.
Yeah, that one. Okay. That one seems.
Well, let's think about this for a second. All right, let's. Okay, so you take somebody like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you take somebody like Buddy Guy, you take somebody like Randy Rhoads. I mean, somebody like sometimes guitarists, it's about kind of how incredible they are on the fret, how fast they are, how original they are, whatever. But somebody like Keith Richards has created sounds for these hits, that are just everlasting. And they're not these complicated riffs, but they're, like the beginning of Start Me Up or Satisfaction, or like, they're genius. They're genius. Songs that stay around forever that everybody loves. So I think that has to be taken consideration when you think of a guitarist.
Dustin, would you say that as a guitarist, or would you say that more as a songwriter?
I would say that as a guitarist. I think the guitar in rock and roll, the guitar drums is everything. And, third is the singer and the lyrics and all that.
Okay. All right. So now we go into the top 10.
All right.
Jeff Beck, number 10. You okay with that?
I mean, I don't know any Jeff Beck, but I know he's great. He's another one that I'm sure he's amazing. I just don't go down that. Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know he's talented. It's not like, there's a lot of bands that are talented. I just don't listen.
If you want to hear a good Beck album, check out Freeway Jam. Chuck Berry, number 9.
That makes sense. That's
good.
He's
top 10. He's top 10. Rock and roll. Yeah.
He's top 10.
But why? I mean,
he was like the blueprint for rock and roll guitar.
Well,
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Maybe if Chuck Berry didn't install PCAMs in his hotel, maybe he would be a little higher on the list.
You ever see the video of Chuck Berry farting in the girl's face?
That's what I'm saying. I think these types of behaviors knocked him down a little bit. He is the godfather of rock and roll.
We're not talking about because otherwise Clapton would also not be as.
Why?
I'm assuming he's in the top 10.
His vaccine stuff.
Yeah, and the racist stuff and all that.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I was trying to be funny. But whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to do comedy here, guys.
Number 8, who this guy to me, man, he's really climbed up my personal list is Slash.
Yeah. I like Slash.
Slash is the leads that he plays on all GNR stuff is amazing. His snake plate stuff.
I don't know if I still remember how to play it.
Do a little Slash.
You know what I'm trying to do.
Crushed it.
I don't remember it. I know it's somewhere there.
I think Slash is definitely, Slash is better than Guns N' Roses,
Yes.
And so Slash is what makes Guns N' Roses good. Maybe an early 21-year-old Axl was amazing, but now it's all just Slash. Like when you go, you're there to listen to Slash.
Yeah.
And his band is great. He's touring with Miles Kennedy and stuff, and they're, I would love to see that tour.
What is it? Slash's Snake Pit? Or is he still
something like
that?
Yeah, but it's in Vegas. I think they're having a residency there, but that would be a great show to go to. But I love Slash. I think he's fantastic.
Adam, you and I were at the same Guns N' Roses show over the summer. I mean, I think the guy has only gotten better and plays the lead. Like the lead in November Rain is just like it's such a beautiful, beautiful like piece of music. Yeah. This next guy should not be in the top 10. Not after the guys we talked about. Carlos Santana. I'm not saying he should be in the top 25, but he's not a top 10.
I'm not a Santana fan.
Okay, well, I think a lot of people are. I think he's definitely that guy can get down and boogie. And he's also a guy that's an influencer. He's an impactor. Nobody was like jamming like that guy was jamming. I think he's responsible for a lot of that jam music that's happening now. Like he was the guy that shit Fish does and all that. He was starting.
But he's the guy responsible for that.
I mean, he's part of it.
He part of it. Shot.
He's part of it. I should be shot. Easy, Tiger.
He should be shot. Really
Jesus Christ.
Inspiring Fish.
Inspiring murder your entire family for that
music. He was doing it before the Grateful Dead.
Have you ever sat through a Fish concert?
I've never listened to a song.
I'm not a Fish fan.
Don't. I was working that show. It's insufferable.
Okay, but I don't deserve to be shot for that.
Yes, he should. If he's the guy who spawned Fish on the world.
Oh, he should be shot. I thought I should be shot for saying it. Oh,
why should you be shot?
You could shoot him. Just don't shoot me because I know you have a gun. I see the way you vote. All right. So
I also thought he said you should be shot.
Okay, let's get to the top 5.
Rough show, man. Jeez. Anthony, do it.
He actually does that pretty good.
I'm on practice.
Been a while.
This is maybe one of my favorite guitar player of all time. I love David Gilmour, Pink Floyd. The lead that he does on High Hopes is really one of the most beautiful things you'll ever hear in music. Everything on Dark Side of the Moon is sick.
It's a great one.
Right. Wish You Were Here. This guy, how is Eddie Van Halen only number 4?
I'm surprised about that. I was thinking he might be 1 too.
Yeah, he's only number 4. Oh, we missed one. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let's back up.
I'm sorry. Let's go.
Are we not going to talk about Van Halen?
Yeah.
You're just going to skip through Eddie Van Halen?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I skipped number 6, and that was B.B. King.
Okay.
He's in top 10.
So you hate B.B. King like you hate Buddy Guy?
No, not as much.
Not as much.
No, I like B.B. King. I like Lucille.
You're racist. That's what it is. You're like Joe Rogan. You're the Joe Rogan of our group, and you're going to get us hits. So I encourage it.
Had the greatest tweet this week.
What did he say?
He's like, he goes, I stand by Joe Rogan's reel. That was a very, very funny tweet.
Video.
That's funny. You're gonna edit that because I don't like Lewis. Anyway, I'm kidding. We love you, Lewis. Blah blah blah. All right. All right. Keep going. We got a couple minutes left.
So we're getting to the end of this list. So let's go top 3. Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 3, Jimmy Page.
Okay.
Great guitarist, man. And that's the thing. That's the argument. Is he above? I think we'll all go crazy about number 2 because he's not better than Eddie Van Halen. I'm sorry, Eric Clapton.
No way is he better. He's not even better than Jimmy Page.
I don't think he's better than Jimmy Page. I don't think he's better than Duane Allman or Mark Knopfler.
Or Buddy Guy.
No, everyone's better than Buddy Guy.
Oh my gosh!
Jesus.
Okay, and then
this is making me think that I should check out more Buddy Guy stuff.
You should. Buddy Guy is fantastic.
Buddy Guy is the Bobby Bear Jr. of guitar players.
He's still better than Pat Benatar.
She didn't even make the top 25.
I would put Buddy Guy in the Hall of Fame before Pat Benatar.
I think he's already in. He has to be in.
Exactly. There's a reason.
Yeah,
anyway, keep going.
Yeah, it's called white guilt.
Wow. You are a racist. Wow.
Yeah, it's coming out.
It really is coming out.
Number one, because it's Black History Month, Jimi Hendrix.
Wait. Did you say that he's number one?
No, but that's not the reason why he's number one. Because listen, Jimi Hendrix, what was
that's
it? 27?
Totally what you said. You totally said
sounded
that.
like what you were trying to imply.
I think it came out wrong because in honor of, and that's why we're doing this list.
Because you said white guilt. Yeah.
You shouldn't have said
Buddy Guy.
Phenomenal. Okay, you got to compare your art to an artist. Are you the comedian that Buddy Guy is a guitarist? Then have more respect. You know what I mean?
I can't bust on Buddy Guy.
No,
all of a sudden, Buddy Guy is sacred ground.
Man deserves respect. He is sacred. He's a blues.
No, he doesn't.
Oh my
God!
I want to know why you think.
No, what do you ever do for me? No.
Okay, so Jimi Hendrix. Do you hate Jimi Hendrix?
Of course
he's overrated.
No, and here's this is what I wanted to say about Hendrix. Mm-hmm. Hendrix was 27 years old when he dies, right? Mm-hmm. He had already outgrown rock and roll, and if you notice the things he was playing at the end, he was playing like these weird type of instrumentals where he was playing with like a big band where he wasn't even playing lead guitar anymore. He was basically playing rhythm and playing a lot more riffs. This was at the end of his career. People would go and see him expecting to see Purple Haze and All Along the Watchtower and Little Wing, and they would get like this weird stuff, and people were walking out. This is like near right before he died, like in age 26, 27.
Yeah.
He would have evolved. That's the way I kind of see Randy Rhoads. He wouldn't have stayed with Ozzy as long as he did. And I think he would have eventually wound up going on and playing classical types of music. Just like Richie Blackmore, who's on this list, evolved and is now playing like that medieval type of music.
What's Zakk Wylde doing now? Because he was sort of Ozzy's.
Besides doing a podcast,
Randy Rhoads version 2.0, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, Zakk is an amazing, great rock guitarist, but he's not going to evolve into the type of guitars that Randy Rhoads probably would have.
Buddy Guy, legendary blues guitarist who influenced Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Like, come on,
legendary.
Dude.
I noticed was in there.
Yeah,
Jeff didn't write that.
All right. No, I didn't write that. I don't think he should be in the top 25.
These guys that you're calling gods is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like, come on,
that's okay. They did it better.
That is unbelievable.
Oh, unbelievable. The disrespect on Black History Month.
It really is.
Yeah.
During any month.
I'm letting
Jeff.
I don't have a problem with Hendrix.
At Gmail.
What if that's his real?
His address is okay. All right, folks.
It's a good thing we're not doing this live.
Hey. It's been a fun show, everybody. Thanks for listening. Please support us the best you can and get the word out. And buy vinyl records. They sound a little bit better. And so that's our show, everybody. Woo!
Yeah.
Yay. Look at Adam with his record.
There we go.
I love you, Adam. You're just like me. You go out and buy the album. You're dedicated to this show. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.